Good morning, everybody, and welcome to my daily vlog channel. I'm off today. I woke up early this morning, as you saw in yesterday's vlog. I came home last night, took some Advil PM because I really needed to get to sleep on time and early, so I could catch up on my rest because I've been battling this allergy thing for a few weeks now. And I'm not sick. I just find that it's easier for me to fight these allergy symptoms if I get a good night's sleep. So I went to bed early last night. Well, early for me, it was like about 11. And I slept until about 9:30 this morning or so. So I got a full night rest, and I feel great. I woke up this morning, watched the first half of The Abyss, and I'll finish up the second half late this evening. But I stopped it halfway through because I was really wanting to watch Stand By Me. And I watched Stand By Me again. And the movie's just amazing on so many different levels. Yeah, it's just a spectacular film. And it's one that I've loved since I was younger. And it just brings back so many memories of me, growing up and stuff like that. And one thing I wanted to do, because I got done watching Stranger Things, I will actually be talking about something in this video today that happened when I was a kid. And with me and one of my friends, just a little, I guess you could say, adventure that I was on, and how I'll go ahead and tease it here. I had a friend that convinced me that we were about to be abducted by aliens. It sounds crazy, but once I give you the context of everything that happens, it's pretty amazing when I think back to it. And I was thinking about it because of Stranger Things and all this 80s nostalgia that I've been going down, reading all these Stephen King books from the 80s and aliens and stuff like that in general. So I'll be talking about that later as a tease. And especially watching Stand By Me today really kind of made me go, perfect day about talking about something that happened years back. So, sounds crazy, but wait until I tell you the story. It's actually kind of brilliant on his part. And, yeah, so we'll talk about that later. First, I got to go to the library, pick up my hold. I have Sid Field's screenplay on hold for me. Been really meaning to check it out for years. And since I've been doing the Screenplay Date series on my buddy Jeff Messerman's channel, I have been wanting to, finally check this book out. I've seen all those, the gist of the book online and all that kind of stuff, and I've read a bunch of other screenplay books that I've gotten all my knowledge of screenwriting from. But this book has been a huge influence with Jeff and a huge tool with Jeff, and so I wanted to check it out and read it myself and learn a bunch more about it. It's been out for years, I think 30 years or something like that since that book came out, probably even more than that. And it's like a screenwriting Bible, I guess you could say. So I'm gonna head to the library, come back, and then we're gonna be doing an episode of Screenplay Date number 3. So I will leave the link to that below, because by the time you see this video, that would have already been done. So yeah, heading to the library. Woo! It is so hot. All right, everybody. Well, I got it. Can't wait to start looking into it. I had to rush getting to that library because I left to go there about 15 minutes ago. It's down the street. So I got there, got back, and I got to set up because our stream is starting in a little over 15 minutes at 2 o'clock. So I got to get everything settled. It is so hot out there. It's like 187,000 degrees. Maybe a little less. But I'm just joking. It's not 187,000 degrees, but it feels like it. It feels like it. All right, well, we just got done streaming Today was another great episode, so I'll be leaving the link down below so you guys can check it out. Now, I'm going to do some reading. I'm so glad I got this. So glad. And then I'll be continuing. Whoop. The Tommyknocker. Alright, everybody. Well, I gotta clean that camera a little bit. That's better. So, most of this afternoon I've just been reading. We watched another episode of Stranger Things. I made some pot stickers and some chicken fried rice, which turned out really good. And now I'm just going to do some reading. I decided that I'm going to push the Alien story until tomorrow. It'll give me something to vlog about on my way home from work. I know I told you I was going to do it, but I decided I'm going to do it tomorrow. Yes. Later, I plan on watching something, and then I'm going to talk about it. And I'm really interested to see what I think about what I'm going to watch. It's a documentary, I think, of some sorts about a guy who vlogged in the 1960s. And I forgot the name of it. Let me look real quick. David Holtzman's Diary. I think that's what it's called. And it's a film from the 60s, and it's basically the guy who records himself. And he's kind of, and my buddy Jeff Messerman recommended it to me because he's like, as a daily vlogger, you will probably definitely relate to him and what he's saying, and Jeff vlogs too, so he could relate to it a lot too. I'm really looking forward to checking it out. I think it's online, so I'm going to watch it online, and I think it's on Vimeo, so I'm going to check it out. So hopefully I'll still be able to. Alright, everybody, well, just got done watching some of the Olympics. Did some reading, like I said, and I watched about 20 minutes of the movie I was telling you guys about. The diary one. David, I keep forgetting his name, but I started watching that. I watched the first 15 minutes of it, and I'm blown away by it so far. So basically, it's a fiction documentary, so like a mockumentary, I guess you could say, about a guy who got laid off from his job, and he loves film. Film is his baby. That's what he loves, and he gets a letter from the draft board saying that he's been drafted into Vietnam. And so because of that, his mind is all over the place. So he's actually started to film himself using a camera, and just the ins and outs of his life and what he's doing and all that kind of stuff. And it is extraordinary. The entire thing is actually him, like, I gave you the information about why he's doing it by his own words. It starts out with him setting up the camera. I mean, it's an amazing premise. And this film came out in 1967. It was recommended by my buddy Jeff, and it's amazing. And I'm only 15 minutes into it, and I'm gonna finish the rest of it tomorrow. I'm really exhausted mentally. I've been diving in, reading the Tommyknockers, and I've been diving into Sid Field's screenplay, taking some notes, doing all that stuff, kind of brainstorming some of my own ideas for a future screenplay, as well as dealing with the sinuses and allergies and some of the anxiety that I'm having because of all that. Whenever I get my face cavities with all my sinuses start to ache, it really throws everything off, and I get really anxious, and my anxiety really gets in full force, because even though I know it's sinus related and stuff, it's still, it still can be kind of scary when you have like a health anxiety like me. most of my anxiety is health related, so that's where most of it comes from. Um, it's weird. In the past, I've had situations where, um, like years back, I got laid off from a job because of budget reasons, and I already had something lined up, everything worked out, and it was stressful, but I never like had like any panic attacks because of it. My panic attacks are always health related. If I feel a certain way, I get anxious. It's I've always had health anxiety for a while, and it's frustrating because sometimes you don't want to end up doing anything. You become lethargic, all that kind of stuff. And thankfully, these daily vlogs have been helping me in terms of whenever I have those days, which I haven't really had any of those kind of days in a while. But sometimes I'll have afternoons where instead of going out and doing something, I'll just kind of chill out, like today, just because of my allergies and stuff like that. But I'm tired from that kind of stuff too. But it's been a great day. I'm re-inspired to continue to start writing again, and hopefully in September around my birthday time, I'll have everything I need to begin painting again. I keep glancing over at one of my paintings, and that kind of keeps me inspired. I have everything picked out. I just got to get some of it. I decided to wait a little bit longer because some people were asking me what I wanted for my birthday, like family members and stuff. And so I was in the middle of getting a lot of equipment in like a Amazon wish list. So that's what I'm doing because it is my birthday and I want people to have the basically a wish list of the stuff I'm into, because not everybody knows, you know, what movies I'm looking forward to getting and all that kind of stuff. So I always get that kind of thing together. But yeah. So tomorrow I will go into deeper into what I was talking about, the alien abduction story. I was gonna do it today, so I'm sorry that I kind of amped that up and I didn't really talk about it. It'll just give me something to talk about tomorrow, and it'll. I'm gonna be thinking about it because I want to really tell the story very clearly. So all right. Well, it's 12 o'clock and I'm exhausted. Time for me to go to bed. So I hope you guys enjoyed um, the vlog yesterday where I basically woke up this morning. I fell asleep, but yeah. So that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. I will be going over that story with you guys because it's a funny story, and watching Stand By Me and Stranger Things and all this nostalgic type stuff has just been giving me memories. Um, I'm reminded, the thing about Stand By Me is it's been about, I used to watch it constantly when I was younger. But now that I'm an adult, I haven't watched it probably in about 6 or 7 years. And it hits me hard. It hit me hard today. In a good way. I mean, I didn't get like all depressed and stuff, but my mind started, I was flooded with memories, and some of the lines in it really ring true. And for those of you who don't know, Stand By Me is basically a story of an author who is reminiscing about a summer when he was younger. I'm pretty sure it was in the 1960s. And he's 12 and he has friends, and they hear about a dead body, another younger kid's dead body. They hear that they overhear that trying to not to really spoil, but they go on this adventure to find this dead body, and it's a coming of age story. You got River Phoenix, Will Wheaton, Jerry O'Connell, Kiefer Sutherland's in it. What's his name? Corey Feldman's in it. There's a bunch of people in this film, and Richard Dreyfuss plays the writer, directed by Rob Reiner, and based on the novella by Stephen King, The Body. And it's just a powerful story because it's so, you see what all these kids are going through, but then it has like a little bit of that. Um, I don't know. It just brings back the times when you're hanging out with friends when you're younger, and there's something about that, and it's special. And you know, this doesn't really blow any spoilers, but the last line of the film is the writer writing down he never had friends that he never had friends that were he never had any friends that were like the ones he had that summer when he was in, I think he says in that summer or when he was 12, talking about like when we're kids we have so many friends and we're all doing a bunch of stuff, but then the older we get they just, we kind of drift away from each other. And the older we get and when we become adults, we don't have 30 friends that we hang around with all the time. We're grown, we have adults, we have families and stuff, and so you do kind of drift in and out of these people's lives. And there's another line that hit me really hard was let me look. Okay, I wanted to look up the line that Richard Dreyfuss narrates, and he says, it happens sometimes. Friends move in and out of your life like a busboy in a restaurant. And it rings so true. There's been people, and the person I'll be mentioning, that I'll be talking about the alien story, this is somebody that I was close to for so long. Like when I was a kid, we spent the night at each other's houses all the time. We were friends for years. Elementary school, middle school, a little bit of high school, but starting in high school, we started to drift away from each other, and I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen him since high school. I don't know what he's doing, and when you think about that, it's like interesting. You're so close to these people for so long, you have all these amazing memories, but life you just go in different directions. I have another group of friends that I hung out with for like my entire life, uh, up until high school, and we were together all the time as well. This other friend that I was just talking about hung out with us as well. We all spent the night at each other's houses. When my parents got divorced, um, it was some brothers that I was friends with, twin brothers. We were so incredibly close. We were best friends for years. I spent a lot of time at their house, especially when my parents were going through a divorce. And like we just ended up drifting apart, and we've kind of talked to each other over the years somewhat, mainly now on social media. But you think about these people that you've had such a strong emotional connection with, friends, um, but then you just don't. Stuff happens, and you just go weeks and months, and in some of these people's cases with me, years without even talking to them. You know, and it does ring true. Like you feel like there were times like in high school when there's people that you knew in elementary school that they just became another face in the hall by the time you got to high school, and it's just crazy. And um, it just had me thinking a lot about that today, about how when you're younger, you have you have friends, and there's a quantity of friends. You're kind of worried about the quantity. You want to always have a bunch of friends. I had a lot of friends when I was younger, and a lot of them I had very good quality friendships with. We were there for each other as kids, but as adults, we all went our separate ways. And when you become an adult, it becomes less about having 30 friends as it does as having a few core people in your life that you're friends with, that you're close with, that you invest time in. And um, that's how it is the older you get. And I know most of the people that are watching my vlogs are my age or even older, but and some maybe younger, but that's just been on my mind. And I know you guys, everybody goes through those times where they think about the past And in me being somebody who considers myself a writer, yeah, I don't have anything published, but I've been a writer my entire life. Um, I have plenty of stories that I could write from my own experiences. Don't worry, some of you, I will definitely, if I do something, if I come up with a story and it's questionable, I will contact you and make sure that it's okay and I have your permission to publish that story. No, it's um, in my case, I would change characters' names and all that kind of stuff and have it completely fictionalized, but the story itself slightly based on true events. Um, but this alien story is actually one of the ones of my childhood that have stuck with me. And so that's what you'll have to look forward to tomorrow. So instead of giving you the story tonight and leaving you empty handed with the alien story that I may have hyped up a little bit earlier in the video, I went ahead and went a different route and talked to you. This is almost kind of an introduction to those kind of stories because I got plenty of stories to come. Um, I'll be going to different locations at some point and sharing stories, but with actual locations. I was going to go to this location to share the story about the alien at the actual house, but the family still lives there, so I'm not going to have their house like on camera and all that kind of stuff. Which it doesn't really, you don't really need to see the house. There's just descriptions of stuff that I could easily, describe. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video today. I'm gonna go ahead and head upstairs and go to sleep. I'm already pretty much dozing off as it is. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you tomorrow.